We've traveled across the country and firmly believe that the people in small towns are the hands that keep America strong.
Couldn't say nothing else about it. But anyway, yeah, this is a good time. This is a good place to be.
Well, I've lived out here all my life. It's a peaceful place to live. I love it out here.
With this whole thing that Cody and Deb have done is to try and save this town, which I don't think it's just, it's about Akin, but I mean, I think it's a story of like all across the country. There's all these little towns that are just kind of dying off.
I like to say I've been here since the earth cooled. I'm originally from right here at Akin. I grew up right in the area, went to grade school here. I started school here in 1969. I think Akin is unique. When people come, a lot of times I'll say, welcome to God's country. This is, to me, a little hidden Garden of Eden because it is so special. It's the people, it's not just the place, it's the people that make up Akin.
My name's Wyatt and I've lived here for 14 years, and what me and my friends like to do for fun is go riding and act stupid.
What do you like Akin?
Just peaceful, and you can walk out the back door and do whatever you want.
It's just different here. I have people that sub or people that come in and they'll tell me the same thing. And they say there's no other school they've been in that's like Akin.
We'll do it 3 times like usual. Ready? Because we have Bulldogs.
The way the people work together and help each other, and the love of children that everybody has here.
Everybody has a personal connection to where they grew up, and Akin's a special, weird little place, and I think what the whole mission is just to save this bit of dirt on, this earth, which is Akin, Illinois, and it's got a long, long history, man. There's people that I've seen that are still alive that I've known since I was a little bitty kid, and they're still here, and you have the market over there, which I remember going to. It's closed down now, but.
We're heading to Akin Grade School Gym just outside of Benton. I'm gonna try to teach Jan a thing or two about basketball. Inside the hallways of Akin, you'll see pictures of this young kid. That's me. Akin means a lot to me, so much so that I came back and coached the Akin Bulldogs basketball team for 11 years. I was blessed to take them to the state championship where we had a heart-stopping last-second win in 1984.
Well, word gets out that Rodney's headed to Akin Grade School to try to help me improve my game, and some of his former players just have to show up. Well, those junior high state champs from the mid-1980s are now 21st century adults. The minute Rodney sees his old team, boom, he is right back into coaching mode.
One's in the line.
And you know what? These guys had some pretty nice things to say about how Coach Miller impacted their lives.
He had a way of making us feel like we could beat anybody, even when we probably weren't supposed to. We felt like we could.
For a kid who started off with chronic bronchitis and couldn't breathe half the time that he was running, one thing I did learn off of that was we don't quit. And our team that year, we didn't quit.
Jen, this is definitely one of the star players because he hit the winning shot in the state championship game with 5 seconds to go, and he hit the winning shot in the semifinal game. So that had to make you feel really good, Mike.
Yeah, around here everyone remembers that. Everyone remembers me of that. I mean, that's basically it. I mean, it was like we were like stars at the time.
What was he like as a coach?
Intense. I mean, intense. We ran, and that's how we beat everybody. We ran circles around them. We could run all day because we ran all day in practice.
There's Mike. Sam, you must be in here somewhere. Nice smile, man. Walking through the halls with these guys is like stepping back in time.
NFL player that comes in quite often. Jack Doyle. Jack Doyle, he's part of our family, and my niece Casey.
Well, you can tell everybody. Off the fake, the turn. Watch the magic strike. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. Yes, I am, yes, I am, yes, I am. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man.
Luck on third down. Looking end zone. He fires. Touchdown.
This is the second time that Andrew Luck has been able to hold the ball because his protection has been good up front to allow his receiver to get into that second window.
Inside the 40. Crashes down to 32.
Hi, we're the Doyles. I love Akin, Illinois for obvious reasons. I grew up there. My family was there my entire childhood and is still there. Those experiences were not new to me, but it's been so fun for me just to have my husband and my son get to experience that and get out of the city and enjoy the small town life for a while.
Yeah, I've had a ton of first experiences in Akin. I obviously rode my first four-wheeler in Akin. We rode mini dirt bikes around Casey's grandparents' pond.
First rodeo.
Yeah, my first rodeo too. Got my first cowboy hat. So a ton of fun memories, and we really cherish it as a family going back.
A couple miles north of Akin, where me and Linda live. Cody just lives up the road here. Going to show some of the old tractors here. It was 1940, I think 45, 46, somewhere in there. It come off our farm down in Kentucky. Still runs, don't look right, but one of mine and Cody's projects we're going to do one of these days that we've been putting off for the last 4 or 5 years to doing it. But we'll get her done one of these days.
Grew up around here and moved off whenever I graduated high school. I've lived in Kansas, Alabama, Colorado, Texas, you name it. I mean, I've lived everywhere there is to live, and retired from riding bulls and ended up, coming back here. It's kind of home, so know everybody. It's a pretty cool place to live. My brother used to have a practice pen, place you go practice riding bulls, bareback horses, just shoot 4 or 5 miles from here. Me and a couple of my buddies from here, you know, my brother and his older brother rodeoed together, so we started, you know, whenever we was young, 2nd, 3rd, 4th grade, something like that, and kind of worked our way up through the ranks. Got on a lot of practice bulls here, and got better and better. Finally got out of here. Never thought I'd move back, but here I am. This is where all my friends are. I mean, old Trevor's from here and Scott's from here, and their parents pretty well raised me. I mean, I lived with them, and they hauled me to rodeos as a kid, and home, I guess, for a while. Yeah, I was a 2010 CBR World Champion Bull Rider, and I rodeoed another 3 years afterward, 2-3 years, and retired after that. And moved back here. That's kind of, I guess, what you're supposed to do when you get old. I don't know.
Now, what's your name here?
Cecil Snyderwood.
How long you lived in Aiken?
All my life.
All your life. How old are you?
I'm 89.
89. You've been here for a little while, haven't you?
Yeah, I've been here for a little while. Yeah.
Was there an old schoolhouse around here too?
Right over, they go over the hill, and right down there, that was the old Aiken School.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you go to school there?
I went to school there. Yeah.
Well, my name's David Roan, and I've been here since, I lived here in Aiken since '69, but I lived 3 miles east out there on a farm. I was about 3 years old. Then I've been here ever since. We had a fire department here. We had a 1948 International, and we had a fire one day, and the fire department had to pull it out to save the truck, the fire department. And that was kind of a sad deal for fire chief. Me and Chuck Hall, we was fire chiefs, both of us.
How long you been married?
I ain't no mayor. I ain't no mayor. I just been here a long time, that's all.
What's your name?
Dwight Waller.
How old are you?
I'm 92.
What all do you know about Aiken? Can you tell us some stories about Aiken?
Well, I know about everything there was to know about Aiken, I guess.
Yeah.
Hell, there's Ralph Drake's store and Terrell Minton's store was there, and Hollis Smith had a restaurant in the store one time, and Jim P.O.A. Taylor had a restaurant at one time. And when they'd come into Aiken and pitch a tent in the summer, and they'd have shows. They had old silent movies, and people would go there to see the movies the way it was. First movies I remember, it was a silent movie.
That's neat.
Joe Darnell he had a tight wire act. He could whoop tight wires. He could throw his voice and things like that. And that Bob Hall, he had a boy that was a pretty big boy, and he liked to box. He boxed at all of them. Anybody wanted to box him could go up and box him. And Denver Corn was Doc Corn's boy back there, and he'd been boxing the Golden Gloves at high school, and he just went up there and he gave him a whipping. I never will forget that.
We had a festival about a month ago and got some stars here. We got Mason Ramsey, we got Buddy Jewell, Charlie Borelli.
Everything went big, and then I'm on Ellen, Stagecoach, Coachella, Grand Ole Opry, and so now I'm at a big festival in Akin, Illinois. It's in Thompsonville. You know, it's a small place. He's got good food. It's like a store with food in it. It's really good. So.
Well, hey everybody, my name is Buddy Jewell. Glad to be here in Akin, Illinois with you today, and what a great little town. This reminds me so much of where my mom and dad grew up in northeast Arkansas, a little town called Dias. Just proud to be here in Aiken. I love to get to come play little places like this. It's just like stepping back in time and going back home. And the folks have been so good to me and so hospitable and everything else. I couldn't have asked for more. What a great little place.
Had our first parade, trying to get the small town festivals back going and trying to get some attention to some of the dying towns. And we're hopefully wanting to do a lot of things here and keep the town alive. Whenever we did the festival, so many people came together, it seemed like, and helped us out, and the community really gave us a hand. We're wanting to keep that going and get things going around Aiken and other small towns as well.
It's great to be here in Akin, Illinois to Crawfish Festival. You know, to be able to visit these small communities and talk with the people. And what's special about being the state senator of this district is we have so many incredible small communities. You know, we're a rural district, and to be able to interact with all the citizens and talk about the passion and love they have for their little communities and the heart and soul that goes into doing everything they can to keep them prospering and to have festivals like this is quite a statement for this little community. So it's an honor for me to be here, and going around my district I have an opportunity to go into municipalities and little villages that sometimes I don't always have that opportunity to do. And it's been a while since I've been in Aiken, but to be able to be invited to this festival today and be a part of this celebration and talk with the people and the love and the passion, as I said, for the community is very special.
This is a good time, this is a good place to be. A red shed on a Friday night. We got a nice store over here run by Coley Williford, and he puts on a good show, good crawdad cook and everything, even though I don't like them, but you know. Well, I was raised in this country around here, and when I got out of the coal mine, I wanted to come back to the country, so that's what I did. I like it out here. It used to be a nice little community when I was younger, and it ain't got no worse. Deer hunted in this country, biggest part of my life. Rabbit hunted around here. You know, it's a nice little place out there in the country.
I've grew up here, I've been here my whole life. Went to Aiken School from 5th grade to 8th grade, and then went to Thompsonville, and just love living out here. It's a great place to raise a family, and Aiken's one of the places where you can come to, and if somebody's broke down, somebody will be there to help you no matter what. With my job, I could probably live anywhere I wanted to in the United States, and this is where I want to be. Love being here.
You know, Mason being here and stuff brings a lot of people here, but I think what this whole thing that Cody and Deb have done is to try and save this town, which I don't think it's just, it's about Aiken, but I mean, I think it's a story of like all across the country,
You know, a lot of places say they're family, but it's just different here.
I'm really super proud of and just admire Cody and Deb for what they're doing. I mean, they're just the nicest people ever, and they bought this store to bring something to the community, and they do endless stuff, with McCanda Williams, raising money for the town, doing this, trying to make this thing, not, this is the first one, but trying to make it to where it, just goes on forever, if we're lucky, and, keep the school open, keep the town alive, and maybe bring new business in here and
excel, whether it's academics or sports or drama, they find their niche to do well. And they try their best. Here we go, Bulldogs are the best.
To be that young, I think it's a real example of the sense of community, I think they represent that, and hopefully can bring that back and get people more interested in being involved in your town and saving it, and keeping it alive and keeping the history here. So I'm just, I'm And I love country music like we all do, you know. We're just a bunch of simple rednecks, you know. So, you know, to have country music here and a bunch of good food and everybody just hanging out, having a good time, I love it. I'm glad I'm here for this, so, yeah.
Okay, you ready for that one? We'll do it 3 times like usual. Ready? Because we have Bulldogs.
Well, I've been born and raised here, and most of my family lives right around, and it's such a nice, quiet town and a nice neighborhood to raise your children, and we all kind of looked after everybody else's children around here, you know. It's more like family.
I like Akin School because every kid gets a fair shot here. Every kid gets a chance to play basketball. Every kid gets a chance to run track. That's why I like Akin. Every kid gets a chance to do anything he wants to do here. Don't matter if he comes from a rich family, poor family, or in between family. Thank you. Bye.